So the other day I went out shooting my FNX 45 tactical with the suppressor on. This is a 45 ACP, but I accidentally put 10mm through it. And this is what happened. The 10mm hit the front baffle. Now because the barrel is wider than the 10mm bullet, what happened was there wasn't a lot of pressure behind the bullet, so it wasn't going very fast, and it ended up hitting the first baffle, and then the second one hit the baffle and it kind of clogged the suppressor. So then like at the third one, it gassed out really bad, like a bunch of gas came out here. It wasn't working right. I'm like, what's going on? I thought I had put in 45s, but it wasn't until later I realized that I was putting in 10mm. So I'm gonna try an experiment. I'm gonna shoot 10mm through, but not with the can on. And I wanna see how accurate it is. I'm gonna shoot in the middle of the orange circle from about 10 feet away. I'm gonna see how accurate it is. And then I'm gonna see what kind of damage it can do. I'm gonna shoot a gallon jug of water and see how that works out. And then I'm going to shoot at the camera just to see if I can stop the bullet at 240 frames per second. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the can off and see if I can hit the target. Oh, by the way, after doing some testing, I realized that this 15 round magazine, but if I'm putting 10mm in, it'll hold 18 rounds. So I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying if I was putting in ammunition and I put 18 rounds in, that would be a good sign to me that I put in 10mm and not 45. It's just another way to double check myself. 10mm and 45 don't look exactly the same. They do look similar enough that I made the mistake. So anyway, I'm sure that I'm the only one on the planet that's ever made that mistake. I made it, and I'm here to run some tests. This is for science, okay? And I believe for me this is safe, but you're gonna have to make that determination for yourself without using this video as a way to determine it's safe for you. There's a chance on my configuration it's safe. There's a chance on your configuration it's not, okay? So I actually don't recommend anybody shooting the wrong caliber out of a gun. I'm doing it for science, so you don't have to. So let's get started. So I got one shot off. This one shot to the left and it didn't cycle. I had to use my knife to get the shell out. Look at that. You can see that the shell is broken right there. So back pressure broke the brass. I'm gonna shoot a few more rounds. Let's see where they land. None of them cycled, and the bullets were all over the place because they weren't able to get that spin. It just popped out the barrel and with no spin and very little velocity. Most of them went to the left a little bit, but I'll show you right now. So I was aiming there every time. Somehow, a couple went there, but the majority of them were hitting over there, which is interesting. I think the takeaway from this is that you're not gonna blow up your 45 if you shoot 10 through it. In most cases, it's not likely that you're gonna blow up your 45 if you put 10mm through it. Let me reiterate, I don't recommend that. I don't know what configuration you have that might cause it to blow up, but with my configuration, it's not blowing up, but it's also not cycling the gun, and the bullets are really inaccurate. If you only had a 45 ACP gun and only had 10mm bullets, and you could get away with shooting one round at a time, and whatever you're shooting at's at arm's length distance, you might be able to hit the target. Now we're gonna test to see if there's gonna be any power behind it. So let's get that started. I'm really hoping to catch this bullet. I wanna see what it looks like when I'm shooting it out of the wrong size barrel. So, as you can see, it went through both sides of that. It entered that one, exited here. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I doubt I can, but I wanna see. Oh my gosh. It was just sitting right there in the dirt, so. So you can tell it's the same bullet. So I carefully reviewed the slow-mo video and determined that the bullet tumbles as it comes out of the barrel and deformed because it hit the water sideways. That's interesting. And it was just right here. So it went through a gallon jug, then a 5-gallon jug, which is maybe just about 1.5 times the width of a gallon jug. I don't know, maybe a couple feet in length of water, and then fell just right there. That was a very interesting experiment. Now I'm going to try another experiment. I'm going to shoot towards the camera. So guys, check this out. I put the 10mm in, it comes out the bottom. So the gun up here holds on to the bullet so that it can shoot it. So that's pretty cool. So instead of putting it in a chamber like that, I have to put it in like this and then close the action. Sometimes when I tried to load the bullet, it still doesn't catch and it falls out the barrel. But anyway, okay, so first I'm gonna shoot like this.